Okay, this might be painful to watch, but these are the old rings. I'm old pistons too, but they're standard pistons. My machinist said that the bores are good for standard size pistons, so I'm going to put in new rings though, new standard size rings. This tool, I just can't quite get the hang of. That one came out okay. This is the tricky one. Trying to get it off of there. Let it spring in your face. Whoop, there it goes. Boink. All right, so that one's out of there. These are from number 6. These are from number 4. Goes 6, 4, 2, 5, 3, 1. This is the starboard side. Starboard, right, green, right? Pointing like this, so yeah, so this is the starboard side, this is the port side, and this is number 4, so he will be going right there actually. No, he's gonna go over here. So I watched a video that said you should ping these pins back in. I don't know why. Can it hurt to do it? I don't know. See, there's these little pins that basically locate where the rings go, piston rings. Hey, why not? What do you say, a little taparoo? There, how's that? I don't know if it did anything. I don't think it hurt anything. So we're going to put new rings in. I'm going to measure just to see what the gap is when I put them in. The gap has to be no greater than 25 thousandths. And a couple of these I measured before, they were a little bit over that. And the machinist says, yeah, they might be over at the end, but down inside they're not. So he said, I'm fine. I'm sure it'll run. The thing is, will it have less compression? Guess we'll find out. We'll put it together, and if it has unsuitable compression, we will take it back apart, which we can do. So I'm going to put this ring in here. Right on the edge, which is the biggest, you know, that's where it's going to be the biggest gap. 20 thousandths. I'll start at 20. I think it's more than 20 though. I just want to check it. 20 thousandths is right here. It's about right. Let's see if we can fit something else in there. Let's see if we can fit a 25 in there. I hope we can't. I still can, but it's pretty tight. Let's see how high I can go. 26. 26 is too tight. So 25, we're right on the edge of that one being beyond what it can be. So now we're going to put it, come back over here, install the new rings on this guy. And there's a taper to these rings, but it also has this thing basically hugs that pin, so we know how they go in. It has to go like that. It has to hug that pin. So, get a little guy, see if I can't put this on without it springing in our face. There it goes. see how it fits in there. Hugs right around that pin. That's the bottom one. Now we need to do the top one. I guess, let's see here. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, that's right. Okay, here we go. See how that goes on there? Along like that. Now we're going to put this. I already did number 6. This is number 4. I marked him when I took him out, so make sure he goes back in the same hole. I'm also going to mark this rod cap because these rod caps, they're not interchangeable. They are made in this rod is made as one unit. And then they take a machine that cracks these things in half, so it's a perfect, this inside surface is super smooth. So you have to make sure you get the same one back. So this is number 4, so I'm going to put a number 4 on this guy. And you can figure it out. It's not going to fit if you kind of put it in one of the other rods, but I don't want to do a Easter egg hunt. So we're going to put number 4 over here, so we know where he's. And these bolts can only be used once, but I'm going to use them just to snug that down. When I first put it back together, I'm going to snug it down. Then I'm going to take it back out, put Loctite on the new bolts, and torque them down to spec. So here's number 4. And we're going to put him back in my little order here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to pop number 6 in there. Let's see if we can spin this a little bit for you. I would say this thing weighs about, 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds? I don't know. Go get the bathroom scale. I'm gonna go get the scale. We'll find out exactly how much it weighs. Hold on. Okay, I got the bathroom scale and I put the block on there. It was 44 pounds. So guys, I don't know if I'm gonna post that other video or not, but I was trying to get this in here. I had the darndest time getting the ring compressor on there, and finally I went to go put this thing in, spin it around. I can show you what happened. It doesn't fit, and I measured it. It's about 15 thousandths bigger than standard, even though the guy on eBay gave me a part number, and the part number was standard size part number. So he probably didn't know that they weren't standard size. They're 15 thousandths over. So it doesn't fit. I can still use the rod, which I need, and I think I still had a good deal. I paid less for this than it would cost to buy a new rod. Probably half as much as it would cost to buy a new rod. So still a good deal. I can use this rod. I found a piston on eBay from Mercury that it's a new OEM Mercury piston, standard size, so it should fit. So that's where we're at. And you know, I looked, and this one, the guy, he must have, I don't know if he ground it down or what, but you can see the up marking in this port marking it's almost ground off. These things should be raised, and it's almost smooth. So I don't know if he sanded that with something to make it look better. I didn't like that anyway, because I'm waiting for the one piston that I ordered. Hasn't shown up yet. So this is what I have right now, and you can feel a ridge. See, there's no carbon there or there, but you can feel there's some carbon there. I get a little feeler gauge, and I don't know, is it a thousandth of an inch? I don't know, but they say carbon can heat up while it's running in the engine and get super hot and then cause detonation, I believe. So it's good to have this off. Maybe I get it off there and it just will come right back. But since I got it apart, why not? Why not take it, try to remove it? So went online and how do you remove carbon? Several different videos. I saw one guy use a 50-50 mix of automatic transmission fluid and what was it? Acetylene? Not acetylene. That'd really do it. Acetone. And put it on there and scrubbed it. Came off. And I didn't have that in stock. Another guy says, hey, you can use WD-40 and Scotch-Brite pad. I tried that, and that kind of works, but a lot of elbow grease. Another guy says, oh, just buy some Chem Dip. It's a chemical, it's a carburetor cleaner. Comes in a gallon can. Popped it in there, pulled it out, wipes it right off in like 20 minutes. I'm thinking, holy smokes, let's do that. And I even have some. I looked all over my shop. I couldn't find it. So I went out and bought another can. Thought, hey, this is going to be much easier. So bought a can of it. It's $40 now. I think it used to be like 13. Anyway, bought it, popped the stuff in, let it sit for 15 minutes, pulled it out, got the Scotch-Brite pad out, scrubbed it. Didn't look any better than using WD-40. So I tried it again. I soaked it a little longer, 20 minutes, pulled it back out, tried to scrub it off, still hard as a brick. Put it in for like 30 minutes and took it out and scrub, and it started to come off, but it really wasn't really much any easier than using the WD-40. And it says in the Chem Dip, aluminum pieces you shouldn't leave in for more than 4 hours. So I was very cognizant of I didn't want to leave this in there too long and screw up my aluminum. So I'd leave it in for a few minutes, take it out, scrub it, and I didn't see how it was any better than the WD-40. And so this is where I scrubbed on this thing probably an hour. Dip it in the Chem Dip, pull it back out, scrub, dip it in the Chem Dip, scrub with a Scotch-Brite pad. And it's most of the way off. But there's still some in it. And maybe the part is, these are cast pistons. You can see they're pretty rough on the top. The guy that was cleaning his, I think they were forged. They were smooth as can be. And maybe that's part of it. The carbon is down in those cracks and it's tough to get out. And I'm sure it'll run fine like this, but I don't have anything else to do. Why not make it nice and shiny? So I ordered some Scotch-Brite pads that you can put on your Dremel tool, and I thought, well, maybe I can concentrate something like that, and at least I won't have to use elbow grease. I can use Dremel grease and get the rest of this off. That's number 2. That was the second one I did. I was getting tired. I didn't do the whole thing. The first one I tried was number 4. He's a little bit better. I got almost all of it off on number 4. Still a little bit there. And it's fine. I'm sure there's people saying, no, leave it the way it is. It's just going to come back. But hey, I'm having fun. So here's what, like I said, number 3 looks like right now. I'm going to get those Dremels tomorrow. So I ordered them online. They'll be here tomorrow. Give it a shot, see what happens. What else do I want to tell you guys? Oh, so in the meantime, this was the rod that came with that piston that didn't fit. This one's 15 thousandths over. And so I took the C clips, or the clips out, pull the pin, had to tap it out, the piston pin, and there's needle bearings in here, needles. I just got some grease and put them all back in there. Oh, don't fall off there. They're still in there. Took them out, got new marine grease in there, holding them in. But this fractured, what do you call it? Part that goes over the journal. The reason they fracture it, when they machine it in one piece, and then they have a machine that cracks it in half. So it's, if you notice, it's not perfectly straight. It's it's fractured. And the reason they do that is so this will line up perfectly in here. Apparently you put your finger on that and it's like you can't feel that crack at all. It's smooth as glass. But then I feel the other side and I can feel a little ridge there. And I thought, wow, so what if I move it a little bit and I can move it a little bit, make that side smooth. Now this side's, I can feel a little ridge there. So I can move this back this way a little bit and I can feel that smooth. Now this side's rough. I'm thinking, oh man, is this rod goofed up and I'm gonna have to get a new rod anyway? And I checked my other ones, they're the same way. They all have that little ridge. I thought, well, is there something wrong with mine? Are they worn out? So what I did, I thought, well, maybe when you start tightening it down, that crack goes away. And so I tighten it with my fingers. I can still feel it. It's lined up there. So then so I'm bummed out, but then I got a little wrench here and just tightened it a little bit. It's not even torqued yet. And it's smooth as glass. So when you snooker it down, it lines it up. And you got to make sure that you've got it the right way, though. It'll only go one way. You can't flip this thing around. Same with all of them. You can't put this cap on another rod because each one is unique. You've got to make sure you've got the cap that goes with the right rod, or you will have a problem. But I snookered it down, and it's nice and smooth. So breath of fresh air there. Don't have to worry about that. But just thought I'd throw that out there in case any of you guys out there are curious like me and saw the same thing and were worried. Okay, just a little update. Just taking the C-clips out of the piston here because I need to swap this piston out. Don't have the piston yet, but I thought I'd at least I could take the clips out. And the guy said, hey, make sure you wear safety glasses. I had my regular glasses on. Yeah, I think I'll put my safety glasses on. The first one came out okay. You just basically take a bit and pry it, twist it, and it pops out. I had my thumb over it so it wouldn't go flying. Did the other one, and I thought I had my thumb over it, and it flew probably 20 feet across my shop, hit the ceiling, bounced back down, hit a piece of metal. I'm thinking if that would have hit your eyeball, that could be bad news. Wear your safety glasses, guys. Wear your safety glasses.